Alrighty, guys. Happy Tuesday to everybody. Good to see y'all again. To start off with, I'd like to send our thoughts and prayers out to the McKnight family. The great Trojan was laid to rest yesterday, and Joe will be dearly missed by our entire Trojan family. Our practice plan, as you have seen out here, this was a normal Tuesday for us. We've had four really good workouts prior to this, on-field workouts prior to this, and now we're into a game week. Our approach will be basically twofold. We're basically going to act like we're playing a game this Saturday. We will install a game plan this week and have a normal Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday practice, acting like we're going to play on Saturday. And then we're going to repeat that again next week and do the exact same game plan and keep in routine just like we're playing in a game week. So 2 great weeks of work. The other thing we're going to do is, as soon as those 2 weeks are done, we'll take a couple days off for Christmas to allow our kids to go home. They'll get about a 4-day break, and then we'll come back to the Rose Bowl for the Rose Bowl prep, actually report on site and go through that game plan one final week. So hopefully with 3 weeks of preparation, basically 18 opportunities of experience and practice, we're hoping that that will lead to very successful results. The second thing we hope to do with those 18 opportunities is to be able to develop our young kids. This is a great opportunity for kids that are going to have to contribute to us next year to allow them to have basically an extra spring practice and get them out here, and that's why you saw the extra work on the field after practice today. Have watched already a lot of film on Penn State in between recruiting, and the first thing that I've come away with is Coach Franklin does a tremendous job of coaching his football team. Offensively, you look at them playing in the Big Ten and the amount of success that they're having offensively, 37 points a game, and it starts with their skilled players. McSorley, in our opinion, is one of the most creative quarterbacks that we've seen to date. You know, his ability to escape rush, keep plays alive, you saw it in that Wisconsin game. He's a big reason why they're ultra successful. I love his decision making. He's a kid that's got 25 touchdowns, only 5 interceptions, and really does a great job of diagnosing the one-on-one matchup and just putting the ball up and letting those big receivers and tight ends that he have to go ahead and make plays. Obviously, you know, Barkley is the Big Ten Offensive Player of the Year. You know, already has 1,300 rushing yards. He's averaging 5.3 a carry. As good a back as we've seen all year. Very talented individual. And then you look at Godwin, who is a very big receiver, physical receiver, jump ball receiver, and 1,100 yards last year. He's already caught 9 touchdowns this year. Very talented. Defensively, I think it starts with the coordinator, Brent Pry. I had the opportunity to coach with Brent at the University of Memphis. He has always been known for his aggressive style of play calling, and you see the zone pressures that he brings on a daily basis, on a game basis, and he's really getting to the quarterback and doing a tremendous job of really hurting you in the run game. It's one of the reasons that they're ranked number 22 in the country on defense. It starts down the middle, basically, of their defense with their 2 interior linebackers and Brandon Bell and Jason Kabinda, and then their free safety, Marcus Allen. I think anytime that you have a safety that has over 100 tackles on the year, that's extremely impressive. On the outside, I've been impressed with their 2 defensive end, Schwann and Sickles. Both have 6 sacks on the year already. They apply a good amount of pressure off the edge. Injury report for us, Jonathan Lockett continues to have a hip injury. He'll go ahead and have surgery this Friday. So today was basically his last practice. We'll go ahead and shut him down, and he'll go ahead and have a season-ending surgery that will hopefully get him ready for next year. Khalil Rogers is going through concussion protocol right now. Hopefully that'll be finished soon when the doctors clear him. And then we just got some bumps and bruises. Sam Darnold got a little bit of a hip flexor. Daniel Mortabebe, a little hamstring. Juju Smith, a little bit of a wrist sprain. Just bumps and bruises over the last 4 workouts, but nothing that will hold them from practice. And then Nate Smith had a knee injury today. We'll see how significant that is. With that, I'll answer any questions that you have.
Because of the time difference, you guys last played Thanksgiving weekend in your games, not till January 2nd. Are you guys looking to be more physical practice or to practice longer? compared to what you did last year?
One of the things that's different from us last year is we didn't play in the Pac-12 championship game. I think the other thing that's a lot different right now is you see the numbers that we have. We don't have as many injuries as we had last year. Our numbers are a lot better. I feel that we're deeper. That's the way we're able to work those young kids. So, we're taking almost a game-like approach each week. You saw us in full pads this Tuesday. You're going to see us in full pads next Tuesday. We're acting like we are playing Saturday. We're going to rep this game plan 3 weeks, 3 times, preparing each Saturday to be ready to play, and then hopefully also preparing some young kids post-practice.
When you're preparing for a Saturday game, is it Penn State you're preparing for, or is it just a
Penn State. So we're treating it like we're playing this Saturday. We installed our first and second down game plan today. We'll redo that on next Tuesday, and then we'll redo it at the bowl site.
Okay.
And hopefully we're flying by January 2nd.
What's the plan with Jalen Green to get him prepared to?
Yeah, right now with not having Max, we have 5 quarterbacks that we feel on campus for that have been working through the season. With Sam, Matt Fink, Thomas, and Thomas Fitz. So to have those 4 guys, each one of them will train like they're the starter. But then you have Jalen Green, who's also had the experience at the position. And, I'll try my best not to burn a red shirt here on a kid if I can have Jalen go in there in an emergency situation. But we're preparing all 5 guys like they're going in. Obviously, Sam's starting, and then we'll make that decision as we draw closer to game time. But the experience and maturity that Jalen has, of having played the position and being in a real live ball game before a college game, if I had to say right now, he's probably going to end up being the backup.
How much of the learning curve is there just going? I know he's been a quarterback, but just going from receiver.
He's brilliant. I mean, he's absolutely. He learned the game as a quarterback. He was there for basically a year and a half at quarterback, and that's the way he sees it. That's why, as you look at it, he's played the Z, the F, and the X position. Every one of the positions that we have at wideout, just because he learns conceptually, he doesn't learn just a single receiver. So he's learned the game as a quarterback, and it's so easy to bring him back into transition. And it looked like he was riding the bike today. He just made all the calls. Everything was smooth. So nice to see him back there.
Will he play receiver in that game?
Yes, he will. Yeah, so he's double training right now. He's double training. So obviously, if we can make it through the entire game with Sam, we're going to do that. If we get in an emergency situation, then we'll make that decision. And right now, if I had to say who would go in there right now, to be able to save Matt Fink's redshirt year, I would put Jalen in. But I'm going to prepare for the worst case scenario and then hope for the best.
Well, you had talked a lot last year about making this team more physical, which you can see the benefits of it now. How much has Neil had to effect on that, and what are the things that sets him apart?
A huge effect. I think the physical attitude that he brings to the game on a daily basis. I mean, there's no group that works harder on this football field than that offensive line. There's literally just no breaks. I have to literally stop practice and give them a break to allow that to happen. Just the technique and fundamentals that he's instituted into our offensive line, it shows. You look at the balance of the offense right now, over 200 yards rushing a game, only 11 sacks on the year. That's a remarkable number. It leads our league, and it's one of the top in the country. A lot of credit goes to those players and Coach Callaway.
You see a lot of these crusty older guys who are offensive line coaches that they can connect with these guys even though they might be kind of gruff and tough. I mean, what's that process?
It's definitely, they get around. It's definitely a love-hate relationship. I mean, they love Coach off the field, but they hate him on the field, and that's what an O-line coach is supposed to do. Those are the ones when you're 40, 50 years old and you're talking with your buddy down there and said, God dang, remember that old gruff coach, Coach Callaway? Was he not the meanest person I've ever met? But Coach loves them, and he wants them to be the best they can be, and he drives them to be the best that they can be, and that's what you want. That's what you want from a coach, to drive you to be the best.
Clay, you guys had an interesting year, starting out 1-3, then you guys win 8 in a row. What was your reaction when you heard the news that you got drills both in?
Just ecstatic for our kids, to be able to do what they, to be where we were at 1-3 and say, hey, if we continue progressing as a football team and getting better every week, I promise you by November you're going to be smiling. And to go in the month of October and November, to keep progressing, keep getting better, playing our best football in November, look what it led us to. Our ultimate goal always will be Pac-12 championships, and I think this is a great learning lesson for us as a team. You know, the importance of starting fast in a season. We've had 2 really good seasons of finishing, both last season and this, but the importance of starting fast. The young kids are going to have to learn that and really take it as a priority going into next season. Yes, this is a great reward, but at the end of the day, we want to be champions also.
How have you seen Adoree and Juju make each other better over the past 3 seasons?
Just their competitive level on a day-to-day basis. I'll never forget when I first came here. You know, I remember Brian Cushing, when he won the Rookie of the Year, his comment, "Hey, how'd you make that smooth transition?" Well, I'm going against NFL players every day at practice on this field. And, you know, when you're going against one of the best corners in the country, and you happen to be one of the best wide receivers in the country, you may not see a better player on any Saturday than the one that's going against you every day. And that not only prepares you for Saturday, but it prepares you for the next level. So to be able to have that competition and that competitive spirit, I think is good on both ends for both players.
Juju said that they played against each other in 7-on-7 in high school, and that Adoree would just follow him around everywhere during the game. Did you notice similar things when they arrived here as well?
Yeah, there's definitely a connection between the two. And they just have to be special talents and players, but they're definitely friends. And the competitiveness that you see on the field is very family-like off, and that's what brothers do. That's what teammates do.
Will the rotation likely be the same at running back as it's been the last couple of weeks with Rojo, Wine, and Justin?
We're getting healthy. I'll be honest with you. Justin's looking healthier. Ced's looking healthier. We'll see as we go through the week. Obviously, Rojo's carrying the load for us right now and really got a good rhythm about him. So that he'll have the opportunity to continue carrying that load. We'll see where Justin and Ced is. I think they're getting healthy. I really do. I would imagine by January 2nd they'll be ready to go and be ready to help us.
Do one more?
Any different thought about Adoree and offense?
Definitely.
We've got 3 weeks to get ready.
Definitely. As many times as we can get him to touch the ball and not take away from the defensive side of the ball. You know, one of the things that I've seen from Penn State that they do a remarkable job of is they put the ball up downfield. They push the ball downfield, and almost to the point where, one-on-one matchups, that's open to Trace. I mean, he's putting the ball up, jump ball situation, and letting the big tight end and wideout come down with it. There'll be some energy that's taken up because of that, because of running 40, 50 yards downfield a bunch in this game. But as we've seen, when he touches the ball, a la the Notre Dame game, special things happen. And he's a reason that he made some huge play for us in the Washington game. You look up the Notre Dame game, he did some really big things for us on offense. So that will continue, definitely. All righty, guys. Thank you all so much. See you tomorrow.